Hello guys, it's John with Storyteller doing another weekly blaze. So, back-to-back weeks this time. That's always a good thing, I guess. So why am I recording this week? Well, it's just about summer break for me. This is actually my first week of summer break. I still do have some school stuff though, so I'm not done yet. But I'll keep you posted on that. It's just a fun thing to talk about. I feel like it's always hyped to be done with school. Um, but also outside of that, I want to talk about some YouTube stuff today as well. But before then, yeah, school. So, my school gets out very early. I mean, it's literally Sunday, April 16th. The last stuff I have to do is on the 17th, on a Monday. It is Sunday right now. It's only like 2 a.m. though. So, I mean, it's basically almost like a Saturday to me. So, yeah, anyway. But with that said, when I wake up tomorrow, I have to do like a little bit more. I have to write like, I have like four couple sentence long responses, which are very easy. And then like a half page and then like maybe a couple extra revisions or something, and that's like not even an hour of work right there in total. And then Monday I have to do like two paragraph long things, four more couple sentence long responses, and like a one page thing that's like maybe an hour of work, and that's it. I did have a 12-page essay to write, but I did that to like I guess technically yesterday now. Saturday I did that. Took a very long time, but I did it originally. I was gonna do half today, half tomorrow, and I'm just like, oh god, I don't. I just didn't want to. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna power through. I'm already halfway done. I feel like I have some momentum going, so I'm just gonna power through it, and I did. So now I'm done with the biggest problem. Tomorrow's like a pretty light school day because usually I do school stuff on Sundays. It's like a very light school day to me. Then Monday I have to do like also a pretty small amount for a school day. Just kind of sucks that I have to do it on a Monday, but hey, I want to be done. I technically could wait till Sunday to do this stuff of next week, but like, why would I? I just want to be done and not have to think about it anymore. So with that said, I'm just trying to be done, and I'm very excited about that. So yeah, summer break is just about here now. Like the main stuff's done. Like the main stuff I have to do is already done, which is great. Like that one, because like I had to write a pretty long thing before, like about a week ago, and then a 12-page paper. Those are my two big things, and they're done. So like that's great. Like everything else is just very minor stuff at this point, which is very exciting. I don't have anything big to do. They're just very small scale assignments which I could do very easily. It's just like the really long stuff or like research heavy stuff that sucks. But hey, I'm done with that. So I'm vibing. But with that said, yeah, I will probably talk maybe tomorrow night about being like almost done again. A little bit more, maybe some other school stuff. I don't know. We'll see. And then I'll definitely talk on Monday night slash Tuesday morning about being on summer break because I'll just be hyped up about it. But yeah. But for today, I want to talk about YouTube. Kind of what I want to do for summer because obviously summer break. I have a very long summer break. I don't think I expanded on that or why I have one. So basically, my school is weird. It does things in like you don't take as many classes per term, but you have more terms basically. Like every term's only like 8 weeks instead of like 15, 16. So you don't take as many classes per term, but you have more of them, right? So because of how they schedule things, it's kind of weird. It's almost meant to be like a year-round thing. I think you're supposed to get like a 1 week break, like at the end of April and like end of August, and you have like a 2 week winter break. I don't deal with the first those two 1 week breaks. That's literally just like the start of my summer break and like end of my summer break right there. Winter break is very short though, but for me, I just take like a normal school schedule. Having off summer, so just because of how it lines up, basically, you get off mid-April, and you don't go back to like the very like I think I go back to like the last day of August. It's like very end of August slash very start of September, pretty much, when you have to start doing stuff again. It's a very long break. But again, I have a 2 week winter break. Most colleges get at least 4 weeks off. Most of them do. I don't. Also, most colleges have a spring break, which again, I don't have a spring break. So I feel like when you consider that, because I know most schools tend to get out like early-ish May. So if you think about like, okay, I get out the 17th, that's my last day. if you add on 3 weeks, that's what, May 8th? Like, that's normal, right? And because, again, I missed out on 2 extra weeks of winter break and that spring break, that's like 3 weeks. So when you kind of factor everything in, it makes sense why my summer break is so long. I actually prefer that. I'd much rather just take less time off. I need that winter break, though. I need those 2 weeks, but, like, I'd much rather have a shorter winter break and no spring break, but an even longer summer break, because it just feels better that way. But yeah, it's very hype regardless. I'm very, very excited that I am pretty much done at this point. Like, yeah, I still have a little bit to go, but, like, the main stuff's out of the way. This is all just, like, light work, right? It's like if you ever took, like, if you were, like, in high school or something, right? I'm assuming most people were. But, you know how, like, sometimes you'd finish your exams and there's, like, a couple days left over? I don't know if this is, like, everyone's school or not, but, like, I know mine would do this sometimes. Or especially, like, junior high. Like, if you finish your big tests, you're completely done. And then you have, like, another, like, few days left of school. Like not even a week. But, like, just a few extra days. They're just there. And it's like, why am I here right now? That's kind of like what this feels like to me. It's like those days. But they're always, like, they suck. But, like, you don't have to put much effort in. You're just kind of there. It's like, okay, whatever. And for me, it's online, so it's like even easier, right? So anyway, back to YouTube stuff. So yeah, what am I going to be doing this summer? Because of course I do have 4.5 months to do stuff on YouTube. Am I going to be doing stuff? Yes. So last summer was somewhat of an L, not really, but like kind of. I feel like I uploaded decently in April and May, but like not really June or July, and then like August was really good though. But this summer I want to be more consistent. Maybe not going as far as I did with like August because I just had a ton of stuff to unbox that time. But I want to at least make sure I'm recording more. I think I'm definitely doing better with that because I have more things to talk about at this point. Because I was still kind of getting out of just doing unboxings at this point. Like, I started doing Beyblade discussions, but they're mainly just like news type of discussions. So, like, it was kind of an awkward spot, you know? And I was, yeah, I mean, it was just kind of that stuff, and I feel like now I have a lot more. I definitely started doing a lot more stuff in the fall, and have tried to continue that. So this summer's actually a little bit more exciting. So first up, I guess what things will I be doing? I want to make sure. So for Blaze videos, right? Weekly Blaze and I guess Chef Blaze now, since I did make a new Chef Blaze recently. But Weekly Blaze, I will do them not like every week or anything. I'm not gonna do that again. That was just that just happened. I don't know why, but I'm not planning on doing an every week thing for summer. Maybe next year. I don't know if I want to though. That just seems like a lot. Yeah, probably not. I don't think there's really much of a reason to do them every week, but I will still do them for sure one a month, but probably at least two a month. Probably two a month, I'd assume. We'll see. But anyway, Chef Blaze. Chef Blaze isn't going to be like a very consistent thing. It's just going to be like an occasional thing. But it will be. I want to at least do like one episode in the summer, at least. Maybe two. We'll see. If I can do two, maybe two, but like at least one Chef Blaze just for fun. Yeah, we'll see though. Not gonna be a lot of them. Just maybe a little bit. I guess the main things are like Bakugan, Beyblade Battleman, and I guess anime stuff. Sure. So, for anime stuff, probably we'll do I guess probably a winter spring 2023 pickups. I think. I might actually order some stuff right now, to be honest. I might spend like 50 or so bucks just to, I think there's like a big Sentai sale. There's like a limited edition I'm kind of interested in getting, and then like, maybe if I could, just get some cheaper, DVDs or Blu-rays just on their own. That'd be nice, get some stuff going. It's been a while since I've actually partaken in one of their big sales, so yeah, maybe. I might do that. Well, I'll have to go look and think about it because I'm not sure if I want to, but maybe. So that's that. And yeah, unboxings as well, of course. Maybe like a couple, and then like of course like some stuff for pickups. Outside of that, though, there's also going to be Bakugan stuff. So Bakugan reviews, I will be doing some reviews. I will do. So April's is Van Falco. That's that. May will be, I believe, St. Aquas. And then June, Grand Panzer. July is Grand Dragon. And then August is Zero Monicus. No, I've already done Zero Monicus. Right. August? What is August? Is it G Generata? It might be. I think it is G Generata now that I think about it more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I think. Potentially. It's either... Yeah, it's G Generata. Okay. I got that. Okay, yeah. So those will be the summer Bakutech reviews. Will I do any other stuff? Probably. I want to try to do some Bakugan discussions. Maybe a couple Bakutech ones. We'll see if I can figure that out. If I got any ideas for it. But 2 Bakugan discussions I want to do for sure. One's going to be overviewing the entire reboot. And then the other one is going to be basically like talking about Gen 3 and stuff. So that's fun. Also, I want to do the Bakugan Armors video. I need to do that. I think I can actually do it this time. So that's Bakugan stuff. Will I get products? Probably not that many. I don't think I'm getting any more from Battle Planet stuff. I'm sure I'll get like a couple Gen 3 things, but probably not a lot of them. I just don't really care about Gen 3 at all, from the looks of it. So I'm not really overly excited about that, to be honest. Bottleman. Okay, Bottleman stuff. So, I'll do unboxings. Like, I know Bottle Wyvern G, the dumbest product, is coming out pretty soon. So I'll unbox that. I'll probably get, I think there's a June release, a July release, and an August release. So I'll get those. Probably. Well, I don't know why I'm saying probably. I will, but... outside of those, though, what else am I going to be getting for... Or what else am I going to be doing for Bottleman? More discussions, probably. At least a few more. Probably this summer, you know. Probably at least a few more for the summer. I don't know why I'm saying that. Like I've already made some this summer. I haven't, but... You know, I'll be doing at least a few of them. Don't have a ton planned for Bottleman, though. I'll definitely have some stuff going for it. It's just that I don't have anything in particular right now. And then Beyblade. Okay, so Beyblade, I want to actually do a lot of Beyblade stuff. So, no unboxings planned for right now. We'll get to that in a little bit, though. I thought, okay, so actually, recently I thought about buying some plastics, but like, nah, I'm not going to. I really don't want to go down the plastics route right now. I just don't. Like, it's... Because if I start collecting plastics, I'm gonna really want to start collecting plastics, and that's just not a good idea right now. Maybe, like, in the far future, we're talking a few years, but, like, right now, no. Like, I was like, should I order Phantom Fox and Burning Kerberos? Nah. Maybe I'll still get a couple, like, somewhat soon, but I'm not gonna say that's a plan. I don't think I'm gonna be doing any more Burst unboxings for now either, but... For Burst videos, though, I do have some plans. So, will I do any discussion videos? Actually, not sure. Definitely be doing some, like, news discussions eventually when we get more news on Beyblade X. But for actual Beyblade discussions, I have some stuff in mind. Kind of, but not entirely. So, I'm sure I'll at least have a couple going in the summer. That aren't related to Beyblade X. However, there's 2 main ones I'll be doing, or 2 main things I'll be doing pretty soon here. Which are ranking videos, and then kind of my reimagining series. So the ranking videos, April, I've already done April stuff. That was for Kirbyus, and also the Bakuten Shoot remakes. Oh, no, the video's not even up yet. It's coming out in about 3 hours. Anyway. May, I will do the Metal Fight remakes, and with that I'm done with any big burst stuff for, like, big lines outside of motifs. Also in May, I'll be doing the Death Scyther ranking video. June will be Wyvern. July will be Excalibur. That'll be a fun one. And then after that, I think, is August, which is Longinus. Those are my summer plans for ranking videos. And then after that, though, reimagining series. I think I talked about this in the last Weekly Blaze, but I want to make a Beyblade reimagining series. I'm not sure if I'll go with that name exactly, but basically I will do 6 parts, 1 per every, like, half month, so, like, 1 for, like, you know, later April, then 2 for May, 2 for June, and then 1 early in July. So, the first one will be pretty short, mainly just be setting up all the rules and stuff, then also going over kind of what I would add, or you know, change with the single dual layer stuff. Episode 2. So the May ones will be episodes 2 and 3. Episode 2 will be For God. Episode 3, Chosets. And then, of course, in the June ones for episodes 4 and 5. Episode 4, GT. Episode 5, Super King. And then the last one for earlier July will be, of course, part 6, or episode 6, whatever you want to call it, for DB and BU. So yeah, kind of just reimagining the series as I would, how I would change the bays, and also maybe adding on some bays I think should have been in certain lines. That's how I'll be doing it. And yeah, so that should be pretty fun. Looking forward to that series. I thought about doing that a little bit sooner, but with school stuff, I was just like, I'm just gonna wait on that. It's gonna be a bit of a project. So yeah. And with that, that pretty much takes us to like, July, and then of course late July. I'm hoping to get all the Beyblade X stuff. That'll be very, very exciting. Very much looking forward to that. And then August, probably one more release, I think, that'll be coming out in August. And then that'll probably be that for the summer of unboxing stuff. But yeah, if you can't tell, the reimagining series I am trying to finish before Beyblade X, because I think it'll be a fun series to do. Just kind of leading up to Beyblade X, because I think it'll be kind of the most in-depth, kind of interesting series I've done. I also thought about doing kind of a 7 Deadly Sins of Beyblade Burst video. We'll see if I do that or not. That one's up in the air. But that's a discussion video that I thought about doing, where I talk about the biggest mistakes of Burst and what I want to see Beyblade X not do. I might do that. We'll see. But I definitely have a lot of big plans this summer. Will I do all of them? Good question. That's always a question there. So anime stuff, again, there's not going to be a lot of it. The Chef Blaze Weekly Blaze stuff doesn't really detract from anything, so that's whatever. Bottlemen will definitely be a bit lighter, though, because I do have a lot more to do with Beyblade and Bakugan, so there's that. But of course, we'll still be unboxings, we'll be discussions when I think of them. So Bottlemen stuff isn't really going to go anywhere. It's not going to be that much less than it is now, really. It's just that I will probably be uploading more videos, and there won't be more Bottlemen videos, if that makes any sense. I think that does, right? It's like the percentage of videos are going to go down for Bottlemen, but the amount is still there. That makes sense, I think. Bakugan, at least have a few bigger ones. The Bakugan Armors one's going to be a pretty big project, and then, a couple discussions, those will be decent. Well, at least, the reboot one will be kind of difficult as well, but then, the Gen 3 one's just a kind of an easy discussion, and then, the Baktech reviews, those aren't really that bad, to make, so, yeah. And then for Beyblade, that's going to be the biggest one. The ranking videos aren't that big. Discussions aren't that crazy with news and stuff, but if I'm doing a 7 Deadly Sins of Burst and plus the 6-episode series, that's a decent bit of stuff going right there. So yeah, this summer should be pretty fun though. We'll see what I do. We'll see how I do, I should say. The one thing I will for sure do is the Beyblade series, all 6 parts. That will happen. But yeah, we'll see how I do on the other stuff. I really want to do the Bakugan Armors video, if nothing else. Also, yeah, the Gen 3 video, I guess, the reboot retrospective doesn't have to happen yet, and, I guess, I don't know if I'll even do the 7 Deadly Sins of Burst, we'll see. But there's just a lot of fun videos, and I feel like they kind of need to come out sooner rather than later, so, we'll see. I'll probably take, a couple days off here pretty soon for the start of summer and just, chill, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll do stuff now. But yeah, I think I've been recording long enough today. Those are just kind of my plans for my summer break. A lot of these are probably pretty achievable to do by, the end of May, honestly, without, being that much trouble. Outside of the stuff that's, monthly, that I'm not, needing to do right away. And they're, on a certain schedule, so yeah. Outside of that, though, it's basically everything. I guess for now, got that Bakugan Shoot ranking video coming up. Hopefully it does not get a dislike. I don't know. I noticed my Bakugan Shoot remake videos were getting disliked, apparently. Damn, that's unfortunate. It was a 1 per video, but I'd assume it's the same person doing it, and I'm like, huh. Okay, that's another thing I want to talk about, actually, the last one. I'm like, so with YouTube dislikes, they removed them, which I don't agree with. But then you could still see them, and I feel like it doesn't help. It's okay. Here's the thing. I really wish there was something to where, if you wanted to, I guess this is kind of going into the route of, kind of still restricting dislikes, but like in a different way. I wish that there was a way to be like if you dislike, you have to like, at least pick an option or something. Um, like why did you dislike? And there's like a decent bit of options where it's like you have to choose, even if they're hidden still. At least because then it shares with like the creator, and it's like okay. So because like here's the thing, if someone dislikes a video, I'm not like mad about it, right? But it's like I want to know like what it was. Like it's like okay, what does this person not like? Because it's like maybe it's just something they don't like, and like there's nothing you can do about it. Like yeah, that's fine. But it's always something like, did I do something incorrect? Is there something I want to see different? Like in that case, it's like yeah, I could have used some actual feedback because like showing dislikes to creators does nothing. It's like okay, someone disliked the video. What does that tell me? Like it doesn't say anything, right? It was just like a random thing I thought about. I was gonna mention that even before anything recently, but yeah, I'm just like, huh. What do you do with that? Like I don't like. Okay, you show the creator the feedback. It's like what is there to like receive from the feedback? It's just a number. Like I don't. Maybe that's just me. Like I don't know. I feel like there should be a reason to dislike something. Like at least like an option. Like it doesn't have to be like an overcomplicated. Like you don't have to like rate like a paragraph or something about why you disliked it. That's a. Like you can comment that if you want, but like I don't know. It just seems cool if there was like an option thing that you had to like at least pick something. And yeah, I'm sure some people just pick like the first option and call it a day, but it at least like maybe help, you know. So that way creators can actually get like some level of feedback to why people don't like their videos or some or people are just trolls, who knows. Like that's also possible. I also don't like dislike videos very often at all, unless it's like very misinformed or just like the person just out of their mind, or something like that, you know. But but I don't know. I never really got the dislike thing, so I don't know. That'd be kind of cool to see actually if they like actually did something to where they like meant anything. 'Cause otherwise, they're just like a random number. Because like likes, I get not having like an explanation. Dislikes, it's like okay, well this is a more specific thing. I feel like that there should be some reasoning. Anyway, it was just like a random thing I thought about. I meant to mention that last weekly list, but I just didn't. So anyway, yeah. For April though, let me get back on track before I end this off. But yeah, April, we got the for the 16th coming out in like yeah about 3 hours. We have the Bakugan Shoot ranking video, and then probably the 18th will be the Van Falco review, and then after that, I don't know. Probably at least like two more videos in the month. One of them will definitely be the first episode of my reimagining series. And then, I don't know, probably like one other random video, and then I'll have to think about that. But yeah, I think that's everything for now. Probably. So, yeah. Very hyped out summer break, though. That's the main takeaway from today's talk, I guess. Is summer break is always very hype. I'm very excited to be on that. School, man, like, I don't know, it's like, school was annoying. It's always annoying, and like it was from like September to December. I came back from winter break. I was like okay enough in January. And like February, I started to get tired, and then like March, I was just dead. And then April, I've been like really like I don't want to do this stuff. And then now it's like finally almost done. Like and the stuff tomorrow and Monday, I'm sure I'm not gonna want to do when I sit down to do it. But like at least it's not like that much effort, you know. But I'll probably come back to at least talk a little bit about that stuff tomorrow and Monday. But yeah, it'll be fun. So anyways, I guess that's all for today, and then I'll be back probably tomorrow. Alright, it is now Monday, a little bit before 1 a.m. So, I finished my school stuff for today. Still have more tomorrow, or I guess technically I have more today if you think about it, because it's Monday, but still. I have finished the first of two parts of kind of the smaller scale stuff, which is nice. So now I just have like two, like I don't know, maybe paragraph long things to do for like a couple sentence long things, which all that stuff won't take long at all. Like a 1 page thing, which is very easy. And then I'm done. That's it. I'm very, very excited about this, considering, yeah, I'm almost done. Yeah, Odie, what do you think about it? You're chilling. Yeah, I haven't mentioned it in this weekly blaze yet, but yeah, she was having some issues, and she's doing a lot better now. Yeah, right now she's just gonna lay in there, but she moves and does stuff. Yeah, she's stretched now. She's all good. She's all good. Um, so she had some issues, but she's getting better. So it's always good. She is 16, so it was a little bit concerning, but hey, she's doing far better than she was last week. So yeah, she probably just had like I don't know, maybe like a small stomach infection or something. We think, and then well, I guess yeah, that was probably it. But anyway, I guess the main thing that we're not sure of is like her walking's been off. So we think she maybe jumped off something and hurt her upper back and like front legs, and that's what happened. And yeah, she's standing up now. So yeah, she's last week when I showed her, I don't think she was like walking at all. So she is doing more stuff now, which is nice. Yeah. So anyway, school stuff, very close to being done. I'm basically like I don't want to say I'm on summer break 'cause I'm not, but I'm like basically there. Technically my semester doesn't end till Sunday, so technically I have a week left, but I have the whole week to do all my work, which means if I just want to do it Monday, I could just do it Monday and I'm done. So I do kind of have to keep an eye on things, unfortunately, for like a week, but I don't think I'll have to do any like big revisions or anything. If I did, it'd suck, but I would have to maybe revise something. I'm like fairly confident I won't, but on the off chance I do, that'd suck. But hey, I'm just saying, after I'm done tomorrow, it's summer break. I don't care what anyone says, right? Um, so yeah, it's exciting because I feel like it's just so weird because it didn't feel like that long of semester or like year, I guess, but it just man, even though the year felt so short, like when I think back to like August of 2022, felt like a very very recent time period. Like man, that feels like it just happened. Like I was just there, It's it's just weird, I guess, but you know, like how long ago would I say that was? Like in my mind that feels like not even 2 months ago, I don't think. Like it was so recent in my mind, but for school, now that feels like it was what, like 7.5 months ago? Yeah, I feel that with school. I don't know why. Nothing else is like that, but with school, for sure. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like years have just been flying by. Like when I look back at like 2020, right? That feels like 5 seconds ago. Okay, realistically, I'd say 2020 feels like maybe a year ago at this point, like started 2020, which is kind of wild to say. That it literally feels like maybe at best a year ago. When I think back to like January 2020, which is just weird. But man, back then I was like still doing like YouTube stuff before I kind of like I don't want to say I didn't quit, but I like pseudo quit YouTube because I uploaded like after January I uploaded I think like 7 or 8 videos from the span of late January to like late July, which is like nothing, and they weren't really even that good of videos. Like 5 of them were recorded at once in like early February, and they didn't stop. Like I didn't finish getting all of them out to like early June, which is just wild. But yeah, I mean that was just kind of that, and it was weird. And I came back, didn't really know what I was doing because I'm like, okay, I'm doing Beyblade unboxings, I'm catching up on all the Beyblade stuff, trying to go back to all the releases I missed out on, and like I did that in 2021. I finished, and after that, it's just like, oh wait, what do I do? And I kind of, well, even like before I finished that, when I was like down to like just a couple more left, I was just kind of like, wait a minute, what do I what do I do at this point now that I finished, or like I guess almost finished, and I just kind of get the last few. And again, I didn't upload much, and then I tried to do a little bit here and there, but I didn't do much at all. And then finally, December, Bottleman stuff started to kick up. And then, of course, January of last year is when I really started to go in again. And throughout 2022, I just, like, evolved, basically. Um, and yeah, but, like, it doesn't feel like long ago at all. But yeah, in the sense of school, that feels like forever ago. Like, man, even, like, 2020 for school, that just seems like years ago. Like, many years ago. It's just weird because like nothing else feels like that. But school, no, school, I feel all that time, um, for sure. Um, So yeah, I'm just very much ready to be done. I'm just glad I got all the main stuff out of the way now. It's literally just wrapping up, basically. That's all there is left. Nothing else. Unless if I have to do a revision, but that's like a very small chance. So really hoping that doesn't have to happen, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, no, I'm just ready for summer. Just very much ready for it. Also, I was thinking about this earlier, actually, but man, I kind of wish we weren't getting Beyblade this year, like Gen 4. In some ways, I really, maybe it's because I just conceptualized it one too many times, but I really, really wish we got a third part to DB. I really wish we did. Or at the very least, they actually did more releases throughout DB and BU rather than just 12 per year. At least, like, give us, like, I don't know, 15. Because then it's like, yeah, there's 30 bays in line. Like they should have done the other election bays, which is 7 more, right? Chronos, plus the other 6 legend bays. Okay, you got 31 bays total in the line, if you're counting, like, all the weird ones, like Savior Perseus, BU Ultimate Valkyrie, Astro Hello Kitty. Without those, it's still 28. It's the biggest line, right? But I don't think that's a bad thing. Why would it be a bad thing for the final line to be the biggest? Especially when these feel like the best versions of all the bays. In some, well, not all of them, but like, they're the final evolutions. To me, it just would have made sense. It was like, oh, it's the biggest line, but it's like, not by that much, you know? But again, it makes sense. Like, and if you want to be really technical about it, okay, God. I think Beyblade vs. God's the biggest line, right? Because if you want to be technical about it, there's 23 bays, but if you want to make Duo Eclipse into 3 with Duo Apollos, Duo Artemis, then okay, that's up to 25. Strike God Valkyrie, Shadow Orichalcum. Okay, there's 27. If you really want to stretch out God to 31 for DBBU, I don't think that's that big of a gap. And again, could they have made 7 extra releases? Yes, they could have. If it's not a third year, they could have done 7 more releases. Like, okay. First up, you didn't have to do customized sets. You could have just done triple booster sets. That literally gives you 2 extra releases right there if you wanted to do, 2 bays in each triple booster set. That solves a big problem right there. Also, move the Chain Kirby's random booster into April to have Divine Belial plus a random booster release at the same time, like they did in DB. Okay, that frees up another release. There you go. There's a third bay. January, February, and March of 2022 were either nothing or just filler. Don't do that. You can literally just make those into something. There you go. You have 6 releases out now. And you also could have just not done a filler random booster in December of 21. There you go. There you go. Now you have all 7 releases taken care of like that. It's that easy. Like, it would have been so easy. Like, okay, yeah, like I said, instead of August 2021 doing the Astral Spriggan customized set, you just do the, DB triple booster set. You have Astral Spriggan in there plus one other bay. Probably lower effort, maybe something like, I don't know, Satan or Chronos, that's just easier to deal with or something. Again, it wouldn't have been that hard. Or even like Zeus. I'd say, yeah, maybe like Zeus or something. Or for DB, I guess maybe just Satan. It's not as interesting as, because I feel like Spriggan was a much bigger customized set than Zest Achilles in terms of interest. So we'll say Satan in that one. Okay, then, December of 21. So, random booster volume 27 just being filler. Okay, what if you just threw in, like, let's see, what's a good one to throw in? I think I've already expended too many. You could literally have just done, like, Wyvern, to be honest. Like, I think Wyvern as a prize bid would be fine. January, make a booster in January. Do Death Scythe right there. February, random booster. I know March was the random booster and February was the booster, but just, I think, move them up a little bit because I don't want to have random boosters just back to back. So February random booster, just do Chronos, and then March booster you could do probably like Diablos, I guess, to end that off, and then after that, yeah, you have I think I'm missing one. Hold up, am I? Oh yeah, Genesis. Yeah, I think. Okay, no. Don't do Diablos. Do Genesis here. I think Genesis to end off actual DB would make the most sense. Then for BU, move Chain Kirby's up to April. May boosters open. Do Zeus. There you go. Zeus is taken care of. Early stamina type. That works well. And then again, you have the BU triple booster set with Zest Achilles, which is kind of a boring bay. And you throw Diablos in there. Or, if you want to maybe put Diablos as an extra effort bay, maybe like make it more like Master instead of assuming that they just do like Death and Abyss too. If they want to do a more effort, then maybe make that one the May booster and then like just throw Zeus in the triple booster so that works fine. But like they could have easily just figured it out. It would have been not that much effort. Again, like the customized sets already exist. You just have to like add to them a little bit. That's it. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. The 2 filler random boosters plus the Prominence Valkyrie booster, these are products that already exist. Again, add to them. That's like 5 products taken care of. You're only adding 2 boosters into this line. That's all that's actually being added in terms of product count. That's it. They easily could have taken care of all of these other bays without like any effort at all, in my opinion. Well, I guess there's like effort in terms of like designing the bays, but still. Not that hard. Also, you could have maybe done something in like late December of 22, or even use like early 2023 if you wanted to. There were a lot of chances to make the extra bays, and they just decided not to because I genuinely couldn't say. It's just frustrating. I really wish we could have gotten that third part slash more onto the 2 parts we got, just to make sure we got all the bays we needed, but didn't happen. So yeah. I guess that's like all I had to say. It's just kind of one of those things that really annoys me to this day, because, come on, like, Death Scyther, Wyvern, and Genesis especially, like, Chronos would have just made sense because we got all the other election bays, like, if we got all the legends in that case, it would have just been the one missing. Satan, Zeus, and Diablos would have just been nice to get, really nice to get, I would say. Like, Satan, just a cool extra. Zeus, would have been great to see Zeus come back, and then also, well, because, yeah, Zeus, we didn't have an evolution of Zeus since, like, Beyblade Burst God of the Galaxy Zeus, so it would have made a lot of sense. Diablos really needed some redemption. Even if they did Death and Abyss too, they could have made it way better in the DB system, in my opinion. It could have been way more interesting, even if they weren't that good. Or you could have just went all out and made, like, an actual good 4th Diablos, which would have been great. Or I guess 5th Diablos, because Death and Abyss are 2 different ones, but, like, I guess 4th generation Diablos? Or we could just say 3rd Diablos and just pretend Death and Abyss aren't real. That works too. But at the very least, Death Scyther and Wyvern should have been this line. Genesis also should have been this line because it was an antagonist bay and we got every other antagonist bay. Why do we not get Genesis? Probably because it's too complicated, but still, would have been a great thing to have in the line. Even if you don't do that, Death Scyther and Wyvern, there's just no excuse for those. I'm still just really annoyed with those choices there. Exclusions. And while, yeah, I think you could have gotten rid of some things in DB and BU to, make room for some of these bays that should have been in, they're all fine, really. Like, I thought about this, because I really didn't like some of the choices for a while, but I'm like, no, they're all fine. It's just that they mishandled the product count, and they could have easily done more when they just didn't. And that's what really caused the problem. And, yeah, if you can't tell, I'm still very annoyed about that, so. Unfortunate, but yeah. I just want a whole rant about that for, like, the 8th time. It's probably all for today. I'll come back tomorrow because it will be a summer break, which is going to be great. So, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. And, yeah. This is the last time I am in school for right now. For multiple months, which is great. And so, yeah, last time in school. Tomorrow, when I appear again, will be summer break. Alright, it is now Tuesday at about 2 a.m. Summer break is here. Finished all my stuff. I did it very quick, like less than an hour. Powered through. Funny thing is so my school, there's like 8 weeks per term, right? They're really short terms, but you have less classes per term. Balances out. Anyway, I could have skipped those last 2 weeks and still pass my classes, which include skipping the finals, which is just hilarious to me. But yeah. Obviously I wasn't going to do that because then I'd be barely passing and like, even if I don't do well on these, I'd at least get credit and do still decent in the class. I still think I'll be fine regardless and keep my good grades, but if I, for some reason, bomb them as long as I'm getting like a 0%, I think I'd still get like a C in the class, which is just hilarious. But yeah, I don't think I'll do that bad. Anyway, and we're talking, I'd have to get like a 20% for each final, and I'd still get a C. Again, funny, but yeah. I'm done. Finally, man, I'm so glad to be done with school. It's a great feeling every year, you know. Ever since, you know, I guess just going back to like summer breaks of past years, just a random fun tangent, I guess, just because, like, why not? Summer breaks are just fun to talk about, you know. Um, Man, even going back to like preschool, I remember like my first year of preschool being like, oh wow, I get to go back to like just existing like I used to, you know, because because I was almost 4 when I started, so I'm like, wow, you know, I lived like the first 4 years of my life just chilling, then I had to do stuff, so I'm like, yeah, I'm back to just chilling. It was also hyped to be done with preschool, because after my second year, I was just done. Kindergarten, of course, hyped against summer break. I remember as a kindergartner, you didn't have to make up snow days, which was really cool. I remember being really excited about that. You know, first grade, second, well, yeah, first grade, I was just really excited to be done. Second grade, I remember just finished, just got my DSI, just got our new dog Bailey. You know, unfortunately, she did. I mentioned this in my last weekly plays, but yeah, she did pass away recently. But I remember that summer, second grade, we just got her like a couple days before I finished. So I had a new dog, had my DSI, and then like not too long after, like, during that summer, you know, that's when I started my YouTube channel. So that was crazy. Third grade summer, fourth grade summer, again, I was just excited to be done. Fifth grade was a little different because I'm like, oh, well, I'm done with elementary school. Elementary school felt like so long. Like, elementary school felt like an entire lifetime. It was only 6 years, but still, you know. I don't know, I feel like, you know, when you're a kid, time feels so much slower. And when you have 6 years in the same building, it just feels like forever. Even though junior high and high school combined were less. And I guess if I think about high school, like 4 years plus, like, I guess the 2 years after I graduated, that being the amount of time I spent in elementary school, it just seems so weird to think about. But yeah. Sixth grade, another one, I remember just being excited to be done over the last day and everything. I remember, like, oh yeah, back in the day, so in elementary school, I guess first through fifth grade, rather, there was always this, like, the final 3 days before summer break. It was always, there was a half a day, without fail, it didn't matter how many snow days there were, it was always a half a day, then a day off randomly, then you'd have your last day, which was an hour. It was like 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. You just went for an hour, for whatever reason, I guess just said bye to everyone, and then hey, you were done. It was great. Sixth grade, I remember we had a half day at the end, and I was kind of upset because I'm like, man, I missed like the 1 hour days, you know. Seventh grade, finishing that also was pretty hype. Another, you know, half hour last day. Just excited to be done. Eighth grade. Oh man, I remember this one was fun because I actually talked about the end of eighth grade on a weekly blaze actually. Um, yeah, this is only the fourth time I ever talked about like a summer break happening on a weekly. Well, no, fifth time. Yeah, fifth time. Summer break, you know, eighth grade. I remember being hyped. We finished all of our stuff like 2 weeks before we were done with school. I mean, really like 3 weeks, honestly. But yeah, we were done like way far in advance. We were just chilling for a couple weeks. I remember, you know, having a graduation practice. Then we had a graduation on eighth or not eighth grade on Thursday. We started doing practices like we were doing practices like the whole week though. Well, not the whole week. I guess Monday, Tuesday were just nothing, but yeah. Well, Monday was like the last normal day. Tuesday was a field trip that I skipped because I had to get my braces off, which was very hype. Um, Wednesday was graduation practice for a little while. And then Thursday, like the entire morning, the entire first half of the day was just graduation practice. And then the second half of the day we were just outside doing whatever we wanted. And then we got out, and then it was, you know, I had to go back to the, well, not back to the junior high, I went actually to the high school for you know, graduation. Got home, was very excited about it. I remember coming home and just like being so hyped. I fell asleep pretty early that day. I went to sleep at like 3:30 a.m., which is early for me. And actually, that was the summer. 2015 summer is the one where I really started to stay up late a lot more. 14 I did as well, because like before, like even like halfway through like 2014 summer, I was like staying up to like 2:30 a.m. at the latest, which is very weird now. But that was when I started staying up to like 4 or 5 sometimes, and then 15 was just, yeah, this is when I started getting more into like my current sleep schedule. 2016 summer, this one was another fun one. Again, I remember it was such a weird ending though, because I remember I technically got out at the end of May, and then there was like a long like 4 day weekend for like because I got on a Thursday, because I mean, like, Friday through Monday just off for Memorial Day. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday were all school days. I went for a while on Tuesday because I had to finish something. And then, yeah, I just didn't show up Wednesday or Thursday. Like, because exams were Wednesday, Thursday the week before, so it just made no sense to have those last 3 days there like they did. I know they were snow days, but it still just was stupid that they had like three. Like, I get one extra day, but like three? Why? So I remember just being done early. I had to go a little bit on that Tuesday, but I was like, yeah, whatever. Still hyped regardless. And then sophomore year. Oh, this one was so annoying. This one, I had exams, and then there was a final day, which is a half day. I remember going to the half day. Like, I stayed up all night because I basically was like, yeah, I'm just done on the last day, or like the second to last day. So I stayed up all night, went on the half day, and I was like, why did I show up? So then I asked my parents to call me out like halfway through the half day, and I left early, which was funny. I didn't even want to stay for the half day. Um, then we went to junior year. This is another one where I started to record weekly playlists again, and yeah, I guess I've recorded every summer break since then for Weekly Blazes. I know it might sound weird at first, but I'll explain. Um, but yeah, that one was just very exciting because I was just getting back into YouTube stuff like that last week of school. So like it was a good time to do that, I was very excited. And then yeah, I did it. And I finished and I did my exams and then there's the last half day which I just didn't show up to. And then senior year, of course, I had to record the last week of senior year. I mean, like, I feel like I was just obligated to at that point. It's like, okay, how am I not going to make a weekly blaze on my last day of, like, high school, like, the last, like, part of mandatory schooling? Like, I have to. I recorded that week, and I actually finished on a Friday, like, really early in May. I don't think I mentioned it, but in 8th grade, we got out a couple weeks early. Same thing with senior year. We got actually really early. We got like 3 weeks early because of snow days. There was a lot of them. We got like a whole week off in January just out of nowhere because it was that bad out. But anyway, but yeah, I remember. Well, I actually got out a week earlier than I was supposed to as well because I finished on a Friday, and then there was a weekend. Then Monday was the last day I technically had to go, but I skipped that day because I still had a day to give for days that I could miss. Tuesday was a exam day. However, if you had, I think it was a B or higher. It was either a B or a C. I don't know which. I had all A's though, so I was fine. But might have been, I think it was a B actually. If you had a B or higher in every single class, or not every single class, but in any class, you could actually opt out of the exam. So that was pretty neat. Like if you were doing well, you could opt out of it, and I opted out of all of them. Because I could, and if you did that, oh yeah, and if you were a senior doing the exams, I remember you like just went to like the library and just did them, like start of the day. Then you could just leave when you were done. So I didn't have to show up to that at all. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I remember like this was like a 3 days of fun type of thing. There was like a class picnic, a senior trip, and then like a football day or something. You didn't have to show up to these though, and I just did, and then that was it. And then you had to show up for like a little while, like an hour, on Friday of the next week for graduation practice. But like you didn't have to show up for like school. It was just like, yeah, practice. And I remember showing up and being like, yeah, I'm on summer break at this point. Like it was just weird. And then 2 days later, I had to graduate. I recorded all the weekly blazes through this time. Last week, my kind of weird week of summer / graduation practice, then like the actual graduation day. Then I recorded after that too for summer. But anyway. That was very exciting, of course, being done with high school. It felt weird. Kind of, in a way, wasn't my favorite because, like, at the same time, it's like, okay, now I'm done with, like, childhood stuff at this point. That's something. And, so it was, like, something where I'm like, I'm glad to be done, but also kind of not. And then, after that, there was the 2 years where I didn't get a summer break because my old school just didn't have them. Big reason why I didn't like it, but, well, other reasons too, but still. I was not a fan of that one. I'm like, okay, don't get a summer break. Nice. That was unfortunate. So yeah, those 2 years I just didn't get a summer break. And then last year I did, and now this year I do. And yeah, last year I remember being hyped up about it. Being like, this is my first summer break in like 3 years, so I was excited. And now I'm just glad to be done again. Yeah, it's just nice. I guess it's not the same level as it used to be, because before it was like, okay, I have to wake up at like 8 a.m. Not wake up at 8 a.m. I had to wake up at like 7:30 a.m. Or some years even earlier, but like never before 7 though. I gotta get up, do stuff. Didn't want to. Um, you know. Then you had to be at school, so like depending on the year, I guess I'll say like high school, like junior year, I guess. Had to wake up at like 7:40. Hurry up, get into my car, because I had to be in my first period class by 8 a.m. Can imagine that was a struggle. Then I was there till like 2:52 p.m. It's like almost 7 hours. By the time I got home, it was already like 3, so yeah, 7 hours basically. And then, since I didn't sleep at night, I'd sometimes take like a nap. It was like a 1 to 2 hour nap. I always lay upstairs for like a while before I slept too. I get up, be existing for a while, take a shower, exist for a while longer, like 2 a.m., then I go to bed, not sleep for like a couple more hours. That was just how it was. 5 days a week, then I got a weekend where my sleep schedule, I only just switched it back around to be even later. For Friday night, and then Saturday night, and then Sunday night, I try and maintain, waking up at like 4 p.m. to try and go to bed again, which never worked well. And after all that, I finally got a break, which is great. Now it's just kind of like, okay, so like the good schedule is just kind of dealing with schoolwork throughout the week, but it's not as much because it's not 5 days a week for me. It's like 2, sometimes like 3 days in the week at best, so not nearly as much. But it's still annoying, and I don't want to do it, and it's definitely a lot more effort than high school, because high school you kind of just sat there, The work itself wasn't that bad. This is like, okay, this is like actual effort, kind of, so it's not as fun, but still. That's done. I'm doing this now, but I'm on summer break. Let's see, it's like mid-April right now. Rest of April, all of May, all of June, all of July, all of August pretty much too. I think my first day I have to do anything is like the 31st, so it's like, at that point, it's basically just all of August at that point, So yeah, I just basically get all that time off and I'm good to go. I remember always complaining because, like, summer break, I was like, they should be 3 months, and it never was. It was always like 2.5. It's always like early June to like a late August. I think that was how it was from kindergarten through 7th grade, and then like freshman through junior year. Of course, then there's like the 2 years I didn't get summer breaks more recently. But it was always 2.5 months though. I was like, why? And then there's like the proper things that it always should have been, which was preschool. Those 2 years, it was like, I guess not even 2 years, it was only 1 year, because like then I started kindergarten. It's like the one, like my last, like the first year, like the ending of that one to like the beginning of the second one. It was, ended right before Memorial Day, started right before started right after Labor Day rather. Keep getting words mixed up anyway. But that's how I always just thought summer should have been. It was like, okay, you stop right before Memorial Day, go back right after Labor Day. That's perfect. They just wouldn't do it though. It's like, you can't give us that time off. I know it's more than 3 months, but still, would have just been great. My actual like 3 month summers though, like end of May to end of August, were 8th grade and senior year, which were nice. And then in holidays, I just got like 4.5 months off. It's like mid-April to like the very start of September. So what am I going to do this summer break outside of YouTube stuff, though? I'm just going to touch on that a little bit here. So I guess just like interesting stuff for me that I would mention. Gonna play some Minecraft. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of the mini game Skywars on a Hypixel. I like to play that sometimes. Probably play that maybe tonight. Actually, we'll see. Just something to play randomly. I don't really need summer break for it, but I was just kind of waiting to do it because I know some stuff got nerfed that I'm very excited about, because there was a really broken kit that I just kind of quit playing because it was just that bad, and they nerfed it, thankfully. And yeah, they also nerfed like another really annoying strategy, so I'm kind of excited to try that again. What else will I be doing? I guess like very soon here I'll start rewatching Welcome to the NHK, which I'm very excited about. Currently watching Tomo-chan is a Girl, which is pretty good. Getting closer to being done with that. I can't talk right now. I'm gonna need a minute because I'm about to go record something else here. So I'll have to take a drink and like not talk for a few minutes. But yeah. Outside of those two things, I guess also I want to reread all of Haruhi. I did that last year. It's pretty fun. Want to do that again. And I guess the last thing is I'm going to play through all of the Naruto games, all of the Storm games. There's 4 of them. I know there's technically more, but I'm just focusing on like the main 4. Because I wanted to rewatch Naruto recently, but I'm like, like, you know, because it's like one of my favorite series because I've liked it since I was a kid, you know. It's just kind of one of those shows for me. I know for a lot of people that's Dragon Ball, for me that's Naruto, but anyway. So I'm like, I don't want to rewatch the entire anime, but like, yeah, I can play all the games. There's 4 of them. I remember beating like the 4th one a long time ago, like in 2016, in like 4 days, I think. So I'm like, yeah, I could probably just play them all pretty quickly. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. That'll be fun. I mean, obviously I have more stuff to do, but like, just kind of like the main stuff that comes to mind. Outside of that, I am about to go record another video. That is going to be my Bakutech Van Falco review. I actually got the the doors open in there to do that. But yeah, gonna go do that one now because it's gonna go up in like 2.5 hours. So yeah, it'll be fun. Have everything in mind that I want to talk about. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set that up now. I'll come back probably at some point this week, if nothing else, to at least end this off. But I'm sure I'll at least have something else this week to talk about. But yeah, that's all for this. Well, not for this video, for today. Yeah, I need a minute to not talk because I am my words are just not working at all right now, man. Maybe I talk too fast sometimes. I need to like slow down. Like right now, I think I'm doing fine, but like sometimes maybe I just go too fast, and that's where problems start. I don't know. We'll see. I swear I used to be fine with this stuff. Anyway, that's all for today. So maybe I'll come back next week at some, not next week, later this week at some point. Alright, it's now Saturday, or yes, technically Sunday at 3 a.m., which is fine. So, yeah, it's kind of everything. Not everything, but that's, I guess this is the last clip of the week, but yeah. Will I record next week? I'm not planning on it, but who knows? I'm on summer break now, so I got all my stuff back, I'm all good. My term is, well, technically I think I have, like, 21 hours left or something. It's 3 a.m. But, like, I already turned everything a long time ago. Grades are back, I'm all good. So yeah. Good stuff, no revisions. Always nice to see. And yeah. So, summer break is here now. I don't have to worry about other stuff anymore, which is nice. Because, okay, so there's like, I don't know, like 7 parts of summer break for me. So yeah, part 1, which is like the first week, where it's like, okay, I still have to worry about school a little bit. Because, I'm not technically done. Like, I finished all my work and stuff, so I am done, but it's like, okay, the term is still going, technically. So I have to, like, be careful still, make sure I don't get anything turned back in as, like, a revision or whatever. But then, like, the second part is, like, the end of April, which is just like, okay, this is great. I'm now on summer break. It's, like, the first week or so where I'm just, like, nice. Then you get to, like, the third part, which is May. May is, like, it's just a really nice time because I know this is like before I even have a normal summer break back in like high school or something. But I'm on summer break and it's like quite a while, you know, already into my break, so I'm like, this is nice. 4th part's June. June, I'm just vibing. 5th part's July. This is where I'm kind of like, okay, I'm getting later into my break, but at the same time, if this is like a high school break, I'm like halfway through, so like, who cares? And then I got the 6th part, which is like most of August, which is like, okay, now it's actually getting kind of late, but I still have some time off. And then the 7th and final part's like the last few days where it's like, okay, my term technically started, but I don't have to do anything yet. So it's just kind of how I view my school stuff. So yeah, outside of that though, we're all good. That's nice. I was actually going to upload a video yesterday for the 22nd, but I didn't. It was going to be a video about the remakes for Bottle Man. I might still do this, but I didn't like the video at all, how it turned out, so I decided to not upload it. I may redo it. I might not. I don't know if I like the concept of it as much as I thought I did, but we'll see. I might try to redo it, but for now, the original one I'm just not uploading because, again, I don't think it was that good. So I don't want to upload that. I feel like I usually upload like most videos I make, but there are some where I'm like, okay, yeah, this just doesn't work. So no, that one's getting thrown out probably. The concept, maybe I'll still do it, but yeah. I don't know what I'm going to upload next, honestly. I have a few things I could do. Maybe I'll do like the Bakugan retrospective or something, but we'll see. That might not be like the 24th. It might be like the 26th or something. I don't know. We'll see. Whenever this Weekly Blaze comes out, that's when the next video is going to be, which is probably something in April still, but yeah. And I guess the last thing to talk about, just some random thing. So I mentioned over 7 years ago at this point that I was working on a book. Did not get very far in this book. Basically, okay, so let me give you like a timeline here. So early 2013, I started coming up with this idea of a book, which is cool, you know. And then I would say from then until like late 2015 when I first talked about it is when I was kind of developing this idea. And it's like a really like a long series, but I realized I had like a couple random cool things, but I didn't have like, anything fleshed out really. Keep in mind, I was like pretty young at this point, you know, I'm like, I mean, 2013, like at the start of the year, I was like 12, and by the end of 2015, I was 15. Like, I wasn't really old enough to be making anything good, honestly. But after that point, I would say 2016, I still kind of, okay, no. End of 2015, I kind of realized it wasn't a good idea, and I started to write a few pages, and I'm like, okay, this sucks. So, never mind, but I had a different story idea that I started to work on. And in the meantime, I still kind of tried to make the other one work, and I'm like, I don't know about that. 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, honestly, as well. I still, like, I didn't, like, sit down to, like, write a ton of stuff, but I, like, had ideas, and I was kind of, like, bouncing between quite a few ideas, but I still had that one story that I started to work on in 2015 in place of the original that I was also developing. And I'd say 2021 is when I kind of had a good idea of what I wanted to do with it, and then 2022 I think I finally finished it. And that's kind of what I was doing with the writing stuff for those years. And then this year, I kind of just like finalized some stuff, and I haven't written anything like actually like part of the book, but I just actually made like a full outline for it, and I'm like, maybe I'll actually write this because this time I actually have a plan. I think that the story's pretty good, so like at least like you know pretty good to me anyway. I mean, I had a lot of different story ideas, but I've never actually written any of them out, so it's technically my first attempt, but kind of not. In some ways it is, some ways it's not, whatever. But I don't know, will I write that? Probably, but when will I write that? That's the bigger question, because I don't know how much of that I'll write soon. I don't imagine it'll be done this summer or anything like that, but it's going to be quite a long one. It'll probably take me a long time to actually write, because each chapter is probably going to be like 50 pages or so, and there's like 12 of them. I mean, you could do the math there. That's a lot of pages. That's like 600 pages, and then you have like some other stuff included, so it's like this book's gonna be like 600 or 700 pages probably, which is very long. But it's either that or like making it like 4 books that are like 150 pages or so, which is like, I don't know. I feel like as a first time writer, it's hard to like sell a series, you know. So I'd rather just make one giant book instead. Be like, yep, here you go. It's fully self-contained as well, so like I wouldn't have anything to do with like a sequel or whatever. But yeah, it would be a cool idea if I could do it. I do like the idea a lot. I wish I had like any art skills. I'd definitely make it like a comic. Well, I say comic. It'd be manga inspired heavily. Like it, the whole thing's definitely very anime or manga inspired. But if I had any skill with drawing, I would. I definitely do that. But I don't. So novel it is. So yeah, I guess I could always like publish like a chapter as I go or something, and like I don't know, we'll see. It's a weird process, you know. But like, will I ever get to finishing this? Honestly, who knows? I hope I do though. Hopefully, it's not that long. But I mean, it's an update of sorts. And I mentioned this like over 7 years ago, and like never really said anything about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I never did, because I kind of scrapped that like not long after I talked about it in a Weekly Blaze in 2015. So yeah, there's the update over 7 years later, because yes, yeah, I think that's everything for this Weekly Blaze. I'm pretty sure. Is there any reason for me to make another Weekly Blaze next week? Probably not. We're no Beyblade news or Battleman news. I don't think. Nothing really interesting happening, I guess. Yeah, probably not. I guess I'll just try to record some videos in the meantime. I'm fully on summer break now, which is great. Very excited about that. And yeah, I think that's all for this one. So yeah, I don't know how long this weekly blaze is actually. How long have I talked this week? No clue. Guess I'll find out when I'm editing this. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.